Chicken jockey!
Hi everyone, welcome to Smack Reviews. If you love our honest reviews, smack that subscribe button so you never miss out.
So Minecraft as a game has always meant a lot to me. It was the first PC game I really got into all the way back in summer of 2013 when I was still in high school. There was this server called Modesty that I loved, and it was what really got me into PC gaming as a whole and eventually led me to building my first gaming computer. Even though I don't play Minecraft as often these days, I still occasionally open up my single player world. I'll just run around, mine a bit, maybe build something small, and then log off to do something else. But there's always a sense of comfort when I revisit it. So when I heard that Minecraft was getting a live action movie, I wasn't too surprised. Over the last few years, video game adaptations have been released, whether it's Sonic, Mario, The Last of Us, Arcane, or even Five Nights at Freddy. Most of these adaptations have been surprisingly successful, and many already have sequels released or in the works. But of course, not all adaptations are created equal. One of the biggest letdowns in recent memory, the Borderlands movie. So the first thing I asked myself was, what is this Minecraft movie even going to be about? Because the game is a sandbox unlike all the other games that have been adapted. It's what you make out of it. So let's talk about what this movie was actually about and if it was any good. Steve, played by Jack Black, comes across two mystical items called the Orb of Dominance and the Earth Crystal. When combined, they open up a portal to the overworld of Minecraft, but of course things go sideways when evil piglins from the nether get involved and Steve ends up getting trapped. Jack Black's dog slash wolf escapes with both the orb and the crystal and brings them back to Earth to keep them hidden. Fast forward years later, and four random characters stumble upon the orb and the crystal. These characters consist of a real estate agent, a pair of siblings, and Jason Momoa playing a struggling video game store owner called the Garbage Man. Now, personally, I think the casting choices felt kind of random, if I'm being honest. This is one of those weird situations too where the acting for everyone just felt kind of odd. I feel like Jason Momoa would have made more sense as Steve, and Jack Black would have been way more fitting as the Garbage Man character that Jason played as, but that's just my opinion. These people end up stumbling upon Jack Black, and the rest of the movie is just about them stopping the evil piglins from taking over the overworld. I think we can all agree that the story is extremely straightforward and isn't meant to be serious whatsoever. This is easily one of those movies that you're meant to watch without thinking too much about it. If you're familiar with the game, you'll see a lot of game mechanics used and references such as Technoblade, rest in peace. I think the only part of this movie that I found somewhat funny was that there was this side story of this villager that left the overworld and went into the real world early on into the movie, and that villager ends up falling in love with a person there. For me at least, I found the villager scenes to be the best comedic relief that this movie had to offer, but that's about it. When it comes to how the movie looked regarding the CGI and the overall art style that they chose to go with, I was a fan of it. It reminded me a lot of the art direction that Pokemon used with its Detective Pikachu movie. It has that realistic but slightly cartoonish look to the point that some of the things they show look slightly creepy and a little uncanny. I'm a fan of the overall look and feel of the movie, but I can understand if some people aren't a fan of it. I think what's surprising from this movie is that despite how not so great this movie is, it's the success in the box office that's most surprising. Social media definitely played a big part, most notably the chicken jockey scene that I'm sure you all know about. Despite its success, they're really trying to milk this movie because on May 2nd, they released a Minecraft movie block party edition where they want people to sing and meme along throughout the movie, which I think is a little cringy. They're just actively encouraging viewers and fans to just make a complete mess of their theaters. There was one video I saw where someone had set off fireworks during the movie, which I thought was absolutely ridiculous.
Overall, this movie is below average at most, with all things considered. But I think what has me most excited about this movie is that, with the exception of Borderlands, we continue to see video games adaptations succeed again and again, which will continue to greenlight future projects. And while I know not all of them will be a hit, so far we see that most of them tend to be solid adaptations. One adaptation I'm most looking forward to is The Legend of Zelda live action, which is expected to be released on March 26, 2027. I've always been a big fan of Zelda, especially Twilight Princess, so I'm optimistic that it will be good. If you like what you saw, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye!